late, but I'd like to call the September 8th Village of McBride regular council meeting to order. First order of business is introduction of late items, if there are any. There are none? Okay. Moving on, approval of the agenda as submitted. Moved to approve by Councillor Bragghart, seconded by Councillor Zanzan. It's okay. All in favor? It's not working. Carried. Second item of business is reading and approving of the August 25th regular council meeting minutes.
Second.
Move to approve. Karen and Edie. Any errors or omissions? No. Hearing none, call the question. All in favor? Carried. Next item is the approval of the minutes of the September 1st special council meeting. Moved to approve by Sharon.
Second.
Ralph. Any errors or omissions? Hearing none, call the question. All in favor? Carried. And we'll move into delegates. We have the Robson Valley Community Literacy Outreach by Nancy Taylor.
Can I just stand here?
If you'd like to.
Because then I can see these people too. And I don't want to have my back with them. Thank you for welcoming me here to the meeting. And I want to also appreciate the task group members that are here and the gardeners in the Open Gate Garden that came to support me to do this. September is Literacy Month in BC. And that's why I'm here to talk about community literacy. The Robson Valley Community Literacy Outreach Program is, the contract is held by the McBride District Public Library. They're the steward of our contract from Dakota Literacy Solutions in Vancouver. And our program was launched in 2011, and at that time, we were under the mandate of Robson Valley Support Society. At that time, we established the Community Learning Task Group, and we decided together that we would use the word learning in the beginning, as opposed to using the word literacy, because we felt that literacy had a narrow definition. Most people see literacy as being for people who have low skill levels in reading and writing, and we define literacy much broader than that. We use the UNESCO definition of literacy, which I didn't actually write out, but you can find it online. And it's very broad. Dakota Literacy Solution uses the phrase making sense of the modern world. Literacy has changed very much in the 21st century because it includes lots of stuff around technology. We formed the Robson Valley Community Learning Project in 2012, and our mission is to respectfully advocate and facilitate lifelong learning for everyone in our community, thereby improving learning capacity and quality of life. And our motto is, we are all learners and we're all teachers. We all have something to learn, and we all have something to teach. It's a reciprocal process. The Robson Valley Community Learning Task Group is the group that has driven our project, and it is intersectoral. We have representation from all sectors of the community. We use the principles of community development, such as inclusion, collaboration, diversity, and consensus. We have representation from the library, the old age pensioners, the Dunster Fine Arts School Society, the Alps and Royal Purple, people with disabilities, single parents, the Village of McBride, and others. And the goal of the task group is to increase readiness for and engagement with formal and informal learning opportunities among the Robson Valley community at large. So the contract, it's a very, very small contract. we have lots of volunteers, but it actually is for the area between Dome Creek and Tijon. Our primary projects have been the Open Gate Garden and the Dunster Parent-Child Playgroup, which is at the Dunster School. This year, volunteers in the Open Gate Garden have initiated 3 exciting new projects related to the garden: a seed library housed at the McBride District Public Library, the Kids Food Camp, which ran over the summer, and a social enterprise growing potatoes for market, which I'm sure you've all seen beside the Elks Hall. And we don't take any early bird sales. You have to be in line on the day we harvest and watch for the posters. We set a date today. To start the 2015-2016 community learning season, the Robson Valley Community Learning Task Group is holding Conversations on Literacy, Wednesday, September 30th at 3:30 at the library. The goal of this event is to clarify the role of the task group in the community and to invite new participants to become involved. So anyone is welcome to get involved in our group. We've been meeting monthly, but Dakota says we have to have a minimum of 3 meetings a year. The first year we had 26 meetings, so it's flexible. Our meetings are fun. That's what everybody tells me. We do laugh a lot. This will be an interactive event with lots of discussion on how community literacy can enhance engagement in the community and support lifelong learning. So we'll have posters up and it'll be advertised on Facebook, so just watch for it. And please, join us. It's not a meeting, it's going to be more like a workshop where we're having conversations and kind of teasing out the whole idea of literacy in the community. So that's our sort of local thing that we're doing, but provincially, we are part of Dakota Literacy Solutions. They fund our contract, and they work on behalf of over 200 literacy programs in BC. So we're not alone in this work. It's happening all over the province. Literacy Month, which is September, is a province-wide fundraising and awareness campaign. It raises the awareness of the importance of literacy and creates a new modern understanding of literacy. And it raises funds to support community-based literacy programs across the province, like the Raise the Reader funds, which we took advantage of with the Kids Food Camp. That's how it was funded, partly by Raise the Reader funds. Dakota also sponsors a Literacy is Life contest, and our participatory video that was spearheaded by Bridget Ewell last year came fourth in the province in this contest. And so I'm encouraging people to enter this contest. It kind of gives us a profile in the province, like we get a presence on Facebook and on their website. And so what the contest is, it's broken up into 3 categories. One is for children, one is for youth, and one is for adults. And the hooks for either a letter, a poem, a story, a picture, a sketch, or a video are: I love literacy because, my favorite story is, and why literacy matters to me and how literacy has impacted my life. So if anybody's interested in entering this contest, or if you want your kids to enter it, just get in touch with myself or Naomi at the library and we'll give you all the information. The prizes are an iPad, Bose speakers, and a Kobo reader. So it would be really great to see McBride represented again provincially. And so just ending my little presentation here, I just want to say other municipal governments across the province are doing proclamations to mark September as Literacy Month, and our council doesn't do proclamations anymore, so that's kind of how I got here, because I asked them to do one and they said no, they don't do that anymore. But I just want to put it out as a question for the community, like what would it mean for McBride to be identified as a learning community? you know, what would it mean for everybody to, you know, say, you know, we're growing and we're learning and we're becoming all that we can be together. So, that's all I have to say unless anybody has any questions.
Thanks,
Thank
Nancy.
you.
Thanks, Nancy.
No questions? No comments?
Alrighty, so we'll move on to number 5 on our agenda, the fire services inspection of public and commercial buildings report with financial schedule and cost comparison analysis. Ms. Williams, did you want to comment on this at all?
No, I reported out on it at our last meeting, and our CFO completed the financial section for us. So it is done.
And so, the letters have gone out to everybody, so be prepared?
They're going out in tomorrow morning's post.
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, there was quite the cost comparison. There's quite a difference there. It was 23,000 for, how many inspections was that?
For 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
For 8 years.
For 7 years.
Yeah,
Page
this is over
13.
there until 2018.
So they did it here.
Right.
And
Okay.
before it has to be inspected again.
Okay, and so for the next 8 years?
So the recommendation from the report is that we don't fall behind. What has happened is we have a bylaw and there's also a Fire Service Act. And our bylaw and act are melded together so that the village follows the fire service. And it states the rota that inspection of public and commercial buildings are to be done on. So some are every 5 years, some are every 3, some are every 2, depending a lot upon how many people. So an office building would be every 5 years, for example. But say a bed and breakfast, that would be more often because there's people's are in there, they're sleeping there, that sort of thing. So how that affects the village, I mean, not only the safety, of course, of people, but it significantly impacts our insurance plan because we're not complying with the Fire Services Act. So should there be, heaven forbid, a tragedy or a fire and someone be injured, the first thing that they do, of course, in the reports is to look at the folios attached to that property. And if the village, it is our duty to do this. It's not something that we like to do to pester people. It is our actual duty to do this. And if it isn't done, as the municipal insurance folks told me, this could create significant problems and have the village possibly liable depending upon the situation on fire.
Right.
Or you know what I mean, if there was injury or significant property damage, that sort of thing. So it's just a matter of doing our due diligence and following our own bylaws and our provincial guidelines. It's not a bad thing, it's just a thing that we should be doing. Yeah.
And then the cost comparison, so the 23,000 was over 8 years?
Yes, that was from, that went right back to, Enid, do you want us to speak that? I think we're back to 2008, yes.
And the 4,200 covers?
30 inspections.
That'll cover the entire, all commercial and public properties in our community.
Okay, so it covers 30 inspections for 4,200. We'll pay
Yeah.
23,000 for 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want-
Now, I
just
want to clarify that that was what we could find in folios. Do you see what I mean? So the history was to look through all the folios, then to look through the fire inspection folios.
Okay.
So in the folios, there were 8 fire inspections on file. So that isn't to say that's all that was done, but that's all that we have record of doing, and that's all
That's that we have
the
record of
insurance
doing,
would.
that's all that's in account, right?
Yes, yes, sadly, yeah.
Okay.
So what about, this is what, 1 to 5 year? like, the hospital is every year,
Yes, hospitals
and
and
the elderly is every year?
yes.
What about the businesses? Are
No.
they 3 years?
Depends on the.
Depends on the business. So an office building would be every 5 years.
Okay.
So our office building here is good till 2020.
Yeah.
But some are every 3 years and some are every 2 years.
Okay.
So it depends on the type of business.
Once we bring them in and do all 30
We'll be
inspections,
totally caught up
that makes
then.
us compliant, and then we just comply with our bylaws after that, every
Yeah.
3, 5, 2 years, whatever it requires.
And what about apartment buildings? Are we involved in that too?
Yes.
Oh,
So they can have their own private insurance, but we still have to get it inspected every 2 years, if once,
Whatever it falls on the
whatever
road,
falls on.
that's correct.
Yeah, this will bring us into compliance, and then going forward, we just make sure we stay in compliance.
And if we don't, we could be in trouble because it's the law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you'll have to forgive me here, Al?
Yeah.
You had signed up on the fire safety issue, and I forgot to call you. Would you like to speak to that now?
Yeah, just a couple of quick questions, and they will be short, and the answers can be fairly short too. The costs that you're showing in the agenda, those are accurate costs
For our upcoming inspection?
for previous historical inspections.
Yeah.
Those are accurate costs.
Yes.
Okay. With Travis doing some of the inspections,
Mhm.
is he working as a village employee or is he working as a representative of the fire department?
He is working as a village employee when he did these, and that was a recommendation from, I'm sorry, forgive me, I can't remember his name, Mr., I want to say Bolio, just a sec here.
Dino. Mr. Dino from Kamloops?
Yeah, that's
Tom
what.
Dino.
No, I'm talking about, so in 2008, the village received a letter from the fire inspection services folks,
Right.
and their recommendation at that time was that Travis Wall, because he was a village employee and had the background to do it, that he act as, like he do those fire inspections at that time. But I don't think he did them until just recently. The record I have is literally in January of this year, is the only ones I could find.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has Mr. Wall completed the required training to do the job properly?
The job does not require training. The job requires, yes, that they have some training and that they be given the authority by the village. I could only assume that he was given the authority by the village. There is no record of that. But then there's no record of the previous contractor being given that authority either. So I honestly can't answer that, sorry.
There's no record of the previous fire safety inspector being an employee?
No,
They're not employees.
no. There wasn't, there's no agreements or anything.
I think it's our understanding that when the group comes in to do the inspections this time and bring all the buildings up to code, that Travis actually attends with all of them and goes through the whole inspection process with them.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you.
And that's it then? Okay. All right, I don't have to make a motion to receive the form or anything like that, or anything? Okay. So any other questions on the fire inspections report? No? Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to item 5B, and that's a survey of the effluent, the wetland, the parkland completed by, I'm not even gonna try to say that name.
McElhaney and,
McElhaney.
yes. And so we're in the process, it's with our approving officer, Mr. Simmons.
Mhm.
He actually, I chatted with him on Friday. It's going well. It's a big thing, so it's not going to be an overnight thing. And we're hoping to see that we can have this wrapped up by November. There has been one thing has come forward, and Mr. Simmons was going to talk with me about it tomorrow. So he can let me know there's been a change in some of the approval process around this. And one of the challenges is that the village is not compliant in their reporting to Environment Canada. So we're working with an enforcement officer to bring us up to the last reports they received were for the fiscal year 2012. And so I'm working very closely with Travis, very closely with the enforcement officer to ensure that we are fully compliant going forward.
And this will complete off the end of the lagoon project as well.
Yes, it will, yes, it will.
Sorry, the last thing I see was 2012.
The fiscal year, the 2012 fiscal year was reported out on. So with the sewage lagoon, one has to do quarterly reports called WRES reports.
Okay.
And that tells them sort of what's living in there,
Right.
and how many of those things are living in there. And then you do an annual report that, that is an overview of the whole thing. And if you do any releasing, which we have not, you report that out. But it was just a matter of the Environment Canada not receiving those reports. So we have to do 2013, 2014, and then it'll be time to be working on our 2015. But because it is federal, their year end is March 31st. So, yeah.
So we're gonna get in trouble for this?
Well, I don't know about trouble. The enforcement officer was a little strongly worded, she, yes. But also understand, you know, being understanding and working with us on it, so yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions on that one? No? Okay, item C is the map of the surveyed leased land. Do you have that there?
I did include it, yeah.
That looks like an old one.
Yeah, that's the area that was surveyed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions on the map of the area?
No. None from you.
Okay, we'll move on to reports. Alrighty. Alright, so my report is on August 27th, I attended a meeting with staff to review council's procedures bylaws. On the 28th, I attended the reading club medals for the Explorer badges at the library with all the kids. That was fun. I then took time off for a wedding. September 1st, I met with council in a special meeting for council for the Municipal Insurance Association of BC, and we rescinded and put in this year's delegates, and did the grant and aid for the Coburn celebration. On September 3rd, I attended the Coburn's dedication, the naming of the hospital's education room, and the luncheon at the Elks. It was really well attended, and the ladies did a great job. And then also on the 3rd, I attended the Valemont Community Forest public consultation meeting for input on the carrier proposal. And sent my regrets because of sickness. I was unable to attend the Ministry of Transportation meeting with Greg Bruce and the public forum. So I apologize for not being able to make those, but I was honestly very sick. So we'll move on to Councillor Zanzin. You're up.
We did, myself and Edie and Kelly were there. Greg Bruce, from 11 o'clock to 1, I think 2 hours, was it? And he just told us what's happening, and if we need any help, he'll help us out. But he said we should work quite a bit with the contractor here, because he's got all the equipment, and I guess they were doing it for years and have a good relationship. So we all said, okay, fine, we'll keep in touch instead of bothering him, I guess. 'Cause, you know. So, but he would like us to go through it first in any major, because he had a contract for all up here. That was 2 hours of talking there, I guess. I didn't do too much. But just listening. Dominion, ditching on Dominion ongoing. Ditching on Dominion must be corrected for positive flow, covers being looked at. The lagoon in the hands of our appropriate officer, Gordon Simmons. A lot of paperwork to be done on that. The bridge, the wooden bridge up by the watershed is completed, and it's great. I guess they did a good job. Of course, we're always working on the forestry building. We have a contractor there, we're fixing it up to get it back up to normal. And we have 3 employees that are 2nd of September is last week. 2 of them are going, one's for the 1st level and the other one's 2nd level. And the 3rd employee will be going the second week in November, which, that'd be great because they'll all be qualified and they'll be going to get their tickets, correct? And then we can save money,
Excellent.
right? So people were complaining about that, but this time things will work out. September the 1st, tender close, frontage grass is completed, so I guess there won't be no more of that. And that's about it. Thank you.
Councillor Eckhart.
So a lot of the same reasons that you did. I did attend the public forum on the 2nd. They were well attended, lots of really good speeches. Nice. And Dr. Coburn's and the community forest meeting in Valemount. I think that was one for me. I should attend them for a wedding too.
Too bad.
Yes.
Councillor Tracy.
I was right with you on the first, right through almost. I did miss Dr. Colvin's dedication, and I'm really sorry about that. Went with, like Ralph said, the Ministry of Transportation had a good sit down, Valmont Forestry meeting, and more this what the rest did. Tomorrow's kids are back to school.
Mother's Day all over again.
And just a reminder to people that the Community Foundation is still in the midst of a granting cycle, so you have till Friday to get your grants in, so don't miss that deadline if you need some.
I see Coburn's packing up and moving out, maybe he's going back down to Vancouver Island.
He is, he's going to live with his daughter.
Yeah, it's in U-Haul there today, so. There, he might be able to rent that place.
No, it's sold.
It's sold.
It's old, yeah, that's why he's moving.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll move on to administration. We're gonna do it next
October 13th.
October 13th. We'll move on to our finance report. We have the checklisting report here. Any comments, Enid?
Any questions from you guys?
What's that, I'm sorry?
Any questions?
Checklisting.
Can we complain about how much money you pay out?
Yeah,
I'm not paying enough out to me.
we did get our new account today.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, our savings account.
It's 100% interest, that'd be good.
Just trying to-
And so any other questions from council on the?
I did, but I forgot to flag it, so I'll have to ask Enid after, I'm sorry. I usually put a little sticky note there, but
Okay. How about election report?
Election report. So as you all know, tomorrow is the first day of the events poll. It's over at the community hall and it's from 8 to 8 tomorrow. Over there at the, yeah. Then we'll have our special on the 18th at the two hospitals, the Beaver Lodge and the hospital. And then on September 19th, here in the council chambers will be the election from 8 to 8.
All righty.
So you're going over to the other lease to get them?
Yes.
Yeah, there's court here tomorrow.
Okay, all right, that's right.
All right, and Travis is away, so you went through a report for him. And any update on the regional solid waste?
It's coming along. It's this really slow process, but it's an important piece of work too. Travis will be attending the next Regional Solid Waste Management Planning meeting on our behalf. And I think he told me it's gonna be wrapped up in the next couple months, the whole plan. So, yeah, so it's been a fair amount of work, and all the communities in the area come together for it.
Well, we'll get Travis to report to
Yeah,
the next one.
Yeah, when it's all done, he can give us a report.
Put him on the hot seat. group.
That's right.
Okay, so can I get a motion to receive the reports for information?
I'll move.
Moved by Sharon, seconded by you. All in favor? Carried. All right, so correspondence, item 7A, requiring action. Is a request from, what was her first name? S? Sorry, just a second.
Ms. Rao.
Yes, Rob?
Ms. Rao.
Ms. Rao.
What page is that, sorry?
I actually don't have pages on mine.
That's because you're special, you got it early.
Yeah. that means
We'll
I
start
can't-
counting.
Looks like 32.
Yeah.
Page that on.
Okay,
32.
32. Sarah, Rao, a request for a bylaw reform on urban chickens on residential property.
Maybe we could have them present to us.
Yeah, I think, not that I don't like chickens on property, but I think it's something that we would have to do a report on, and maybe she should be requested to come as a delegation to council.
Right.
And then we can start a public process where people have input as to whether or not keeping hens is appropriate within village limits.
Is there a bylaw now for farm animals in town?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there was, I recall back in time, a bit of a roll over a rooster. So this dresses without the roosters and stuff like that, but for sustainable food.
Most of the new bylaws don't allow for roosters. Most of them don't allow for roosters there. But it's delicious to live near my house.
All right.
We got the crows and ravens clock.
So maybe we can direct administration then to contact the applicant and see if she would be willing to come and present to council, and then we can follow up with the report after that. All right, so moving on, we have items B is for information only. Auditor General for Local Government, the Performance Audit Guide, the District of Stewart or Community Paramedic Initiative, and then the Regional District of Fort George Regional Report. So any comments or questions on those?
No, not for me.
No?
No.
We've got our outgoing, and then the next item is item number 9, bylaws, permits, and policies. And sorry, I don't know the page. So, mine's out of order here.
44-ish? Or starts on 43, I believe.
44?
43?
Okay, so the first one is the Village of McBride Travel Expenses Amendment Bylaw number 604-2000, Section 2G, under qualifying expenses and expenditures reads, spousal support, transportation and partner programs for UBCM and NCA. That's the only section that will be repealed, is that section. So can I have a mover and a seconder?
Move.
Second.
This is-
Go ahead.
Sure. Any questions?
This is removing that from, right?
Yeah, we're removing, it used to be that taxpayers would pay for spousal transportation and their partners programs at them, and it's, not really appropriate use of taxpayers' funds. So, this is to clean that up and remove that section from the bylaw.
Okay, I hope no one gets mad at me though. We had a person here 2 days ago wanting to know how many people were coming down. Just you and Sharon, correct?
It's just Sharon and I this
So
time.
you're saying that this bylaw that we just kicked out, past council, send everybody down there?
No,
No? Okay.
We pay for their spouses.
Just pay for their spouses?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what the bylaw says.
so we're just house cleaning and removing it from the bylaw.
That's amazing.
Never heard of that.
I have, but most people have removed it already.
Just
so-
get in council and they take it away from me.
We're not saying your spouse can't come, we're just saying you're
I have to
paying
pay
for
my
it.
own way.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That's a lot of money, especially at Worcester.
All right. Yes, sir. I'm calling the question. All in
Okay,
favor? Carried.
just show us.
All right. Item B is a motion that the Village of McBride Cemetery Regulation Bylaw 760.2015 be giving its first, second, and third readings on the next page. You've gone through this one in
Yeah.
fine detail. Much to your chagrin. All right. Can I get a mover and a seconder?
Second.
Okay,
Moved by Sharon, seconded by Edie. Just give me a sec, Ralph, I gotta get. Okay,
yeah, this right here now, I got a letter, right, correct? Remember you sent me a letter for more money?
Oh, I did.
For somebody?
That was before our time.
Before our time.
No,
we were thinking
no,
about it.
we're changing you can't reserve it, but you can, you have to have so much money up front of it by September.
Yeah, those went out before our time.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what it said, right?
Oh,
Sorry.
okay,
This one
so I
was,
guess I'm not grandfathered in.
Well, there are many people that are
Yeah, there's-
grandfathered in,
oh yeah,
absolutely.
if you paid and you're reserved, your grandfather.
No, I didn't pay yet. I
Yeah,
had a certain date,
He has
certain
to
time.
pay.
I gotta pay.
Yeah, you can't take it with you when you go.
Yeah, going up 10% more.
Alright, any other comments, council?
Yeah, does this still accommodate for two coffins in one grave?
Yes, side-by-side burials, absolutely.
Okay, but not
One on top of the other.
no?
No, anyone that has made that arrangement, that we do honor that still, but going forward,
Okay,
it's not the best for the water levels in our community.
right, because you have to dig down 8 feet, right?
Yeah, more
Minimum of 8 feet.
minimum,
Otherwise it's a minimum of 6?
yes.
That'd be okay.
The top, yeah, well, yeah. It's actually 8 feet for any, it's 6 on the top up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it'd have to be like 10 feet then.
No, not quite, but
They just suggest that because of the water table, that they
Right.
just don't do it.
because of the clay
Fair
on the
enough.
water table, yeah.
I
So-
mean, we'll.
But
Yeah, I
any,
didn't see
but
it there,
any
so it's
people
not
that
sure.
have made those, any people that have made those accommodations, they're absolutely being honored and respected.
Okay.
So, yeah, but going forward, it's not
Right.
recommended for our geology here,
But
yes.
side by side is,
Side by side, absolutely,
Sure.
yes.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
So you can bury, cremate a person on top of you, they put them on top of you, because you're not going down that deep.
It looks like by the sketches that you can put into 4, a casket and then 4, but
Okay,
they're
you can
at
have,
the top and bottom
you have
of the points, yeah.
Yeah,
a family plot like,
mhm,
you know, okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, 6 cremation urns can go in
Well,
now.
For all your wives, 6 months.
You're lucky you got one.
That's all I want.
I have a feeling you'll be going first.
Any other comments or questions? No. Call the question, all in favor? Carried.
Saddle load.
Where we go, where we shouldn't. Item C, 9C, a motion that council procedure bylaw 759 and Schedule A agenda be given its first, second, and third reading.
Excuse me.
Move to approve by Sharon, need a seconder? Seconded by Ralph. Okay, any comments on this one? Any questions? I do like it's laid out better, and we worked a lot through getting the
Yeah, it's
agenda
very
for a cleaner and smoother flow. I like the fact that we did include how to go in and out of camera properly, and the requirements are laid out in the new council procedure bylaw, so that's good.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of work, not too much though, so.
Not too bad.
All right, any other comments on that one? Okay, I'll call the question, all in favor? Carried. Item D is a motion that the equipment hiring policy OP-01 be accepted. And,
Right at the
Yes.
yeah, that's one of the last things, isn't it?
end. Page 98.
Yeah.
Page 98? No, that's the
90.
agenda. 90. So can I get a mover and a seconder?
I'll move it.
Moved by Ralph, seconded by Edie. Any comments or questions on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good deal. I'm hoping, we gotta give everybody a little bit of work here. You're gonna have a list of trucks and all that.
Yeah, so what the equipment hire list will do is, Travis and I went through it, there's something called the BC Blue Book, which gives a recommended price for governing people,
Yeah.
so that when people go in, so what we'll do is we'll place a public advertisement, and we really want everyone, whether it be equipment or whatever they have, they will let us know what it is. What we'll then do is create a spreadsheet So, that, we've also included in the policy that all things being equal, we will always go local within a percentage. So say a local person may have to charge 5% or 6% more than somebody from Prince George, we will go local. We've included a range there. So this will only be for equipment hire, this isn't the tender process.
No,
Yeah,
just,
so, yeah, and then every year we'll put it a call out again, because of course there's inflation, people may add more equipment to their fleet and stuff. Yeah,
just winter and summer.
it's for the whole year, so yeah.
And so that'll be going out in the paper then shortly. on
It will be going out next week, it'll be in next week's paper, yes.
Next week's, okay, and posted on the website and all that.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, I'll call the question, all in favor? Carried. And we have no new business, and so the last thing we need is a motion to adjourn.
I'm voting that one.
The fight for that one, eh? All right, let's see, 15, 16, 17.
8:17?
All right, thank you all for coming out.